Stop. Do not scroll past this video right now. Lift your eyes to my face. I need your undivided attention for a few moments, because this message cannot wait. Heaven aligned time itself to bring your soul to this exact spot today. You did not stumble here by accident. My beloved child, I am stepping directly into your day with urgent purpose. I have something heavy to share with you. I need to break some hard news to you. Please do not rush past my voice. If you let the noise of this busy world distract you, you will miss the very warning that is meant to save your future. I see the restlessness inside your chest right now. That quiet stirring is not confusion. It is your spirit sensing that a major shift is happening in the unseen realm. I am here because I love you too much to keep you in the dark. Listen to me, from the deepest place of your heart. I must tell you that a sudden storm is approaching your life. The foundation you have been leaning on is about to shake violently. This is the hard news I must break to you today. Some doors that you loved are going to slam shut very soon, and people you trusted will walk away from you. It hurts me to tell you this. I know your soul is already so tired. I know you have been carrying the weight of so many silent battles alone, and that is why I am saying these words to you today. I am sorry, my beloved child. I am truly sorry for how hard this journey has been for you. I am sorry that the road was so rough. I am sorry that you had to bleed in secret while smiling for everyone else. You have been a patient warrior for such a long season. You kept your faith when the darkness felt completely overwhelming. But I saw every single moment when your strength failed you completely. I saw you sitting on the edge of your bed in the deep hours of the night. The house was completely silent around you. Your tears were falling softly onto your blanket. You pressed your hand against your chest because the physical pain was too big for words. You asked me why the silence was lasting so long. You wondered if I had forgotten your name. You questioned if your prayers were just vanishing into the empty air. I know how deeply that doubt can wound a faithful heart. It breaks my heart to see you question your own value. I want you to know that I never turned my face away from your suffering. Every single drop of your sorrow was caught in my hands. Not one cry went unnoticed in my heavenly house. But the hard news I must share is that the trial is not completely finished yet. There is one final transition you must pass through right now, and it will require you to let go of your past completely. The enemy has noticed your beautiful light. He has seen that you are standing at the very edge of a massive generational breakthrough. That is why the attacks have become so heavy and personal lately. The adversary is trying to drown out my gentle voice with the loud noise of fear and anxiety. He wants you to quit now. He wants you to believe that nothing will ever change for you. He whispers lies into your mind when you are most vulnerable. He tells you that you are destined to repeat the same painful cycles of lack and loneliness. But those whispers are absolute lies. You must not give them any of your power. I am stepping in today to break this news because a holy extraction is taking place. I am pulling you out of a hidden trap that you could not see on your own. This extraction will feel like a painful separation at first. It will look like a loss in the natural world, but it is actually my divine protection. I am removing things from your life that would destroy your destiny later. I am shaking your world so that the wrong foundations can fall away forever. You cannot enter your new season while holding on to the baggage of the old one. I need you to trust my hands, even when they are stripping things away from your grasp. I know you have poured your sincere heart into people who did not know how to value it. You gave your love, your time, and your energy to those who only drained your spirit. You kept hoping they would change. You kept praying they would see your worth. But they only left you feeling empty and rejected. I saw the quiet disappointment that settled into your soul after every betrayal. You asked me why your kindness was constantly met with coldness and cruelty. My child, I do not blame you for loving so deeply. You have a beautiful heart that reflects my own image. But you must learn a sacred and holy discernment now. Not every open door is a blessing from heaven, and not every gentle word comes from a pure source. The enemy often uses beautiful illusions to lead my chosen ones into dark places. That is why I am breaking this hard news to you today. I am closing those wrong doors myself. I am removing those toxic connections from your life. Do not run after the things that I am allowing to fall apart. Do not try to repair a bridge that I am burning down for your safety. If you rush to fix what I am breaking, you will walk straight back into the enemy's trap. You must stay still. You must allow me to be the defender of your life right now. I know this process feels incredibly lonely for you. You look around and you feel like the most isolated person in the entire world. Your friends do not understand your journey. Your family members do not see the spiritual warfare you face every day. They judge your exterior without knowing your secret battles. They think you are weak because you are quiet. They think you are failing because your life does not match their worldly standards. But they do not know that you are a secret warrior in my kingdom. They do not see the immense strength it takes to keep your heart pure in a corrupt world. I see it, and I am so proud of you. I see your quiet endurance. I record every single time you chose to be kind when you were hurting inside. Your faithfulness in the dark is the most precious thing to me. But I must prepare you for the next few minutes of this message. The truth I am about to reveal will challenge everything you thought you knew about your pain. There is a specific reason why this hard news had to come to you today. Time is running out for the enemy's assignment against your household. Heaven has issued a divine decree, and the atmosphere in your home is about to change. But you must be completely awake to receive this shift. You cannot afford to sleep now. Look at me again. Do not let your mind wander away to your worries or your tasks. This moment was carved out by my own hands. Before you were even born, I knew you would be sitting here listening to these words at this exact second. Your life is not a series of random events. It is a divine masterpiece. I have a master plan for your restoration. But before the building can begin, the clearing of the ground must take place. That is why the hard news feels so heavy right now. The clearing looks like destruction to the human eye. It feels like chaos to an anxious mind. But to my eyes, it is the perfect preparation for a miracle. Breathe deeply right now. Let your shoulders drop down. Let the tightness in your neck relax for just 1 second. You are safe in my presence. You do not have to fight the entire world today. I am standing between you and the storm. I am absorbing the shock of the news so that your spirit will not break under the pressure. Do not turn away from me now, because the tear you wiped away so quickly last night is about to be brought into the gentle light of my healing process. Stay here with me. Let me reveal the deep roots of your isolation in the next moment. Your restoration begins the exact second you choose to listen. Do you feel that sudden heaviness in your chest right now? That particular weight sits just behind your sternum and never quite lifts. It stays there through the busy afternoon and follows you into the quiet evening. You try to shake it off, but it remains. And while the rest of the world is rushing around you without a care, your spirit is quietly reacting to my holy presence right now. You have become an expert at pretending that everything is perfectly fine. You walk into crowded rooms with a bright smile on your face. You listen to the problems of everyone around you. You carry their heavy burdens because you have a pure heart. But when the long day finally ends and you return to your private space, the smile vanishes completely from your tired face. No one knows the real depth of your exhaustion. They see your external accomplishments and they praise your independent strength. They think you are an unshakable rock that never breaks under pressure. But they do not see the hollow ache inside your bones, and they have no idea how hard it is to be strong for everyone else when you have absolutely nobody to lean on yourself. Please listen to my whisper in this tender moment of vulnerability. Pause right here and press the like button on this video right now. Use this simple action as a sacred ritual of holy agreement between your bleeding heart and my protective arms. When you make this small move of faith, you are letting me know that you are finally ready to stop fighting these terrifying battles alone. I want to talk about those specific moments when you hid your face from the light. I saw you in the small bathroom when you turned on the faucet to block the sound of your crying. You did not want your family to hear your broken voice. You did not want your friends to see your weakness. You rolled into a small shape and pressed your face into a soft towel until the weeping stopped. You felt a deep shame for being so incredibly broken. You asked yourself why you could not just be happy like everyone else on your screen. My child, look at my face right now. There is absolutely no condemnation in my eyes for your secret tears. I do not look at your brokenness with anger, because my heart is filled with an overwhelming wave of pure fatherly compassion for you. You have always felt like an outsider in your own life. Even when you were a little child, you noticed that your mind worked differently from the people around you. You cared about deep spiritual things, while others played in the shallow water. You gave your pure love away so freely to everyone, but your kindness was met with constant misunderstanding and cold rejection. That painful alienation was not a mistake of nature. I designed your spirit with an uncommon depth, because you were meant to carry a heavy glory. A common vessel cannot hold a holy anointing. You had to be separated from the crowd, so that you would learn to depend only on my voice. But the enemy twisted that sacred separation into an agonizing prison of complete loneliness. The adversary whispered that you were completely forgotten by heaven. He told you that your isolation was proof that you were defective and unloved. He wanted you to give up your magnificent destiny in a moment of absolute despair. But I have broken into your private room today to tell you that he is a liar, because I have never left your side for a single second of your life. I was standing right beside your bed when you felt too heavy to move your limbs. I was counting every single heartbeat when the panic tried to swallow your mind in the dark. The world looks at your isolation and calls it a tragic failure. But I look at your hidden season and I call it a sacred sanctuary, where I am rebuilding your inner world while everyone else thinks you are static. Think back to the specific event that broke your trust forever. You remember the exact date and the exact room where the betrayal happened. You gave your absolute best to someone who promised to protect your gentle heart. But they turned around and used your deepest secrets as weapons to wound your soul, and you watched your entire world crumble into pieces in a matter of days. You screamed out into the empty night and asked me why I allowed that destruction to take place. You thought my silence meant that I was sleeping or that I did not care. But my beloved child, I was weeping right there with you on that cold floor. I held your trembling spirit in my hands while your earthly life was shattering, and I was already planning your future restoration. Every single drop of your secret sorrow was carefully gathered by my angels. Not a single tear was wasted or forgotten in the soil of your pain. I have kept a perfect record of every sleepless night you endured, and I am preparing a massive reward that will outweigh the agony of your past, because your current suffering is not an endless road to a dark place of nothingness. You are a holy vessel that is currently passing through a fierce fire. The heat feels completely unbearable to your exhausted mind. You feel like you are melting away into nothingness, but the fire is not meant to consume your beautiful spirit. It is only burning away the heavy impurities and the false attachments that would destroy your future walk, so you must hold on to my hand. You have been a silent survivor for such a long time. You are so used to walking through storms without asking for help from anyone. You think that asking for assistance is a sign of weakness. You believe that you must always be the provider and the protector. But today I am commanding you to lay your heavy shield down at my feet, because I am the one who will fight for you. Take a slow breath right now and let my peace fill your lungs. You do not have to figure out the next 10 years of your life today. You do not even have to understand the next 24 hours. I am holding the master blueprint of your destiny in my hands, and every single step has been calculated with perfect divine precision to bring you into a place of absolute safety. The enemy tells you that you have arrived late to your own destiny. He points at the achievements of younger people and makes you feel worthless. He reminds you of the years you lost to depression and broken relationships. He wants you to believe that your best days are far behind you, but you must realize that he is a deceptive thief who only wants to steal your hope. I can restore 10 years of devastation in a single second of favor. What took others a lifetime to build will take you only a few months under my anointing. The delay that tormented your soul was actually a holy pause. I had to hide you away until the atmosphere was perfectly ready for your manifestation, so you were never stuck in a dark corner of forgotten dreams. I know the silence of this current season feels like a heavy prison sentence. You look around and you see everyone else moving forward into their dreams. You watch them celebrate their breakthroughs while you are still sitting in the same waiting room. The pain of feeling stagnant can be so incredibly dull, and it eats away at your hope until you feel completely numb inside. But that numbness is actually a protective layer that I placed over your heart. Your spirit was too raw from the previous battles to feel anything more. I allowed the emotional quietness so that your internal organs could finally rest. I am sealing your heart from further damage, and I want you to let the soothing balm of my holy presence sink into the deepest layers of your soul. Do you hear the quiet shift that is happening around you right now? The dark atmosphere of your room is beginning to lighten up. The heavy fog of your uncertainty is starting to lift from your mind. Do not walk away from this video yet, because in the next moment, I am going to tear open the curtain, and I will reveal the hidden spiritual warfare that has been blocking your path for years. Hear me clearly right now. The time has come for you to stand up straight and listen to my prophetic decree. I am tearing open the heavy veil of your confusion today, and every single door that slammed shut in your face was actually closed by my own hand because I could see the dangerous trap waiting for you on the other side. You have been mourning over a sudden collapse. You thought the enemy won, but this collapse was my holy intervention. Do you remember my ancient servant Elijah? He was one of the greatest prophets in human history. He stood on the grand mountain and called down holy fire from heaven, and after he defeated hundreds of false prophets in a single day, he witnessed my absolute power in a magnificent display of glory. But immediately after that massive victory, a dark threat entered his life. He felt a sharp wave of fear. A wicked queen swore to take his life before the next morning. Elijah became terrified and ran straight into the barren wilderness. He walked for many miles until he was completely empty of all his physical strength. And when he finally collapsed under a lonely broom tree, he begged me to end his life because he could not carry the heavy burden anymore. He told me that he had enough. He believed that he was the only faithful person left in the entire land. He felt completely invisible and abandoned by heaven. He could not see any hope for his tomorrow. My child, does that deep despair sound familiar to your own hurting soul? You are sitting under your own broom tree right now. You are crying out the exact same words into the heavy silence. You feel completely alone, but I want you to look closely at how I responded to his extreme weariness. I did not send a fiery bolt of judgment from heaven to punish his fear. I did not give him a long lecture about having more faith. Instead, I sent a gentle angel to bake fresh bread over hot stones for him while he was resting quietly in the dust. I provided a jar of clean water. I told him to rest. He ate the food and slept soundly because his physical vessel was completely empty. I let him rest until his spirit was finally ready to hear my gentle whisper. I am doing the exact same thing for you in this very hour, and I am standing beside your broom tree with a divine provision because I know you cannot fight this battle on an empty soul. You need my strength. Now it is time to reveal the core secret of the hard news that terrified your mind. You saw a sudden disaster when your plans failed completely. You wept bitterly when that important relationship dissolved into nothingness because you could not see the hidden lies beneath the surface. You thought your life was being ruined by a cruel twist of fate, but I was deliberately destroying a rotten foundation. The structure you were trying to build was resting on a dangerous compromise. The people you wanted to keep were secretly poisoning your spiritual atmosphere. I saw the hidden termites eating away at the beams of your house, and if I had allowed you to finish building that structure, it would have collapsed on your head later and destroyed your life completely. I had to stop it. So I stepped into your life with a holy wrecking ball. I shattered the false peace before the real storm could arrive. I broke the connection because that person was an instrument of the adversary. This is the hard news that I needed to break to you today. It looks like a terrible tragedy in the natural world, but in the spiritual realm, it is a glorious rescue. You are crying over the loss of a prison cell. You are begging me to return the very chains that kept your soul bound to a lower dimension. I love you too much to grant those foolish prayers, and I am forcing you to walk out of Egypt today because your promised land is waiting for your arrival. Stop looking backward with a longing heart. Let the dead past bury its own dead things forever. You must realize that I am shaking your table right now because the food on it was completely poisoned. The enemy wanted to destroy your confidence before you could step into your true assignment. He wanted to make you believe that your value was tied to the opinions of those who rejected you. But he is a liar. Your value was written in my own blood before the foundations of the world were laid. You are a holy vessel that is being prepared for an uncommon display of my glory. The pruning process is always painful for the branches, and though the sharp blade cuts deep into the wood and leaves a raw wound, it is the only way to ensure a massive harvest. You will bloom. I am cutting away the dead weight that is draining your spiritual energy. I am removing the distractions so that you can clearly hear my voice once again. You have been running on empty for far too many years, and you have been serving others while neglecting the sacred garden inside your own chest because you thought you had to be strong. This pause is holy. Do you hear the authority in my voice today? I am not asking for your permission to change your life. I am declaring that the old season has officially reached its final expiration date. The blueprints have changed completely, and heaven has authorized a magnificent renovation of your destiny because your old container was simply too small. You must drop your human tools. The people who walked away from you were not your destiny. They were only temporary passengers on a ship that was heading toward a different destination. If they had stayed on board, they would have weighed you down during the great storm. I caused the separation to save your life. You must release them with a peaceful mind. I know your mind is racing with 1,000 anxious questions about your financial security. You look at your bank account and you feel a sharp wave of panic in your gut. You wonder how you will pay the heavy bills when everything is falling apart around you. But I am the great provider, and I feed the tiny birds in the sky every single morning without fail. You must trust me. I clothe the wild flowers in the field with a beauty that outshines the greatest kings. Do you truly believe that I would forget the needs of my own chosen child? Your provision is not tied to that job or that company. Your source is my inexhaustible storehouse in heaven, and I am closing that earthly stream today because I want you to lift your eyes up to the infinite ocean of my grace. I am your supply. The transition period will require your absolute obedience. You must take steps of faith, even when the road looks completely invisible to your eyes. Do not lean on your own limited human logic during this season. Logic will tell you that you are losing the race, but my spirit says that you are being positioned for a supernatural leap. I am changing your core identity from a weary survivor to a powerful conqueror. You will no longer walk through life with a timid spirit of fear. You will stand tall because you know exactly whose name is stamped upon your soul. And the enemy is terrified of the moment you realize your true authority because he knows his power over your mind will break. You are chosen. Are you listening to the deep rhythm of my prophetic words? This message is a divine lifeline thrown directly into your current chaos. Do not let your thoughts drift back to the problems of yesterday. Something incredible is shifting in the atmosphere of your home right now. The heavy weight behind your sternum is beginning to turn into a spark of holy fire. You will win. You have passed through the deepest valley of the shadow of death. You have endured the worst attacks that the adversary could throw against your name. And yet, you are still here listening to my voice today. Your faith did not fail completely because my hand was holding you up from behind when the darkness was too thick to see. The preparation phase is over. Now, I am calling you to step forward into the glorious room of your deliverance. The hard news has served its holy purpose. The clearing of the ground is officially complete. You must get ready for the next part of this encounter, because my voice is about to release a violent wave of breakthrough over your entire household. Stand up right now. This is your definitive moment of absolute liberation. The invisible spiritual chains are melting away right now. Every dark assignment against your family name is completely canceled. And while you are listening to these words, a violent wave of breakthrough is sweeping directly through your house. The long waiting season is officially over. I am breaking the heavy ancestral ceilings of your life. The spirit of poverty will no longer rule your household. The constant cycle of rejection ends in this very hour. Because I have chosen you to be the ultimate cycle breaker for your family, your children will walk in absolute abundance and divine favor. You are stepping into freedom. The adversary has tried to steal your joy for decades. He wanted to paralyze your spirit with heavy anxiety. He targeted your mind because he feared your bright destiny. But today I am stripping the thief of his dirty authority, and I am commanding him to return every single thing he took from you. Your joy is completely restored. No weapon formed against your soul shall prosper anymore. The declarations of your enemies are turning into empty dust. Your hidden tears have become your most powerful weapons, and the very people who laughed at your silent struggles will soon watch you rise into a place of high honor. I am vindicating your name. Look at the massive walls of your financial Jericho. They are trembling violently at my powerful command right now. The iron gates of limitation are breaking into pieces. Because your trembling obedience has touched my heart, an unprecedented flood of supernatural provisions is rushing toward your open hands today. The drought is entirely finished. I am turning your biggest shame into your greatest glory. The years of isolation are transforming into deep wisdom. You will no longer walk through life like a victim, and every painful memory that used to break your heart will now become a living testimony of my fierce protection. Your spirit is fully awake. The voice of the accuser is permanently silenced. Every word spoken against your destiny has backfired completely. You are no longer under the shadow of defeat, and because you did not deny my name during your most agonizing trials, I am raising you up as a powerful beacon of light for thousands of lost souls. Your triumph is absolute. I am healing the invisible scars of your long battles. The mental torment is leaving your mind right now. Your physical vessel is receiving a fresh wave of vitality. And while the enemy thought he could destroy your sanity with non-stop attacks, my spirit was secretly building an unshakable wall of holy resilience inside your mind. You are completely whole. The frozen streams of your life are thawing out. The dry desert is blooming with beautiful flowers today. You will never have to beg for crumbs again. And because I have unlocked the celestial windows of unlimited abundance above your head, every single resource you need will naturally gravitate toward your life. The lack is totally conquered. Now I need you to perform a holy act. Stop trying to control the outcome of your life. Drop your heavy human shields down to the floor. Lift your open palms up toward my beautiful face because you cannot heal your own broken soul with your limited human strength anymore. Let go of the control. Completely. Release the heavy weight of your family expectations today. Stop trying to carry the worries of tomorrow on your back. The pressure to look perfect is officially gone, and as you completely surrender your desperate desire for human validation to my altar, a profound sense of true relief will instantly flood your entire spirit. Leave it all here. Hand your terrifying financial worries over to my care. Give me the broken pieces of your bleeding heart. Release the people who hurt your gentle spirit, and as you breathe out all the toxic stress of the past years, feel my divine hands catching every single burden you drop. I am taking the lead. You do not have to fix your broken family today. You do not have to force closed doors to open. Stop running around like an anxious orphan in the dark. Because you are a beloved child of the Supreme King, your future is already perfectly secure within my eternal covenant. You can finally breathe. Let your stiff shoulders drop down completely right now. Let the deep tightness in your chest dissolve away. The terrifying war in your mind is officially over. And while you are relaxing your tired body in my safe presence, my spirit is quietly rewriting the final chapters of your life. Your soul is completely safe. Do not try to figure out my divine timing. Stop checking the clock with an anxious mind. Your waiting room has served its holy purpose. And because you have completely surrendered your timeline to my superior wisdom, I am accelerating your breakthrough in ways that will leave the entire world in absolute shock. Trust my perfect pace. Receive the soothing balm of my supreme peace now. I am pouring my unconditional love into your deep wounds. I am washing away the heavy dust of the wilderness, and I promise that the beautiful season ahead of you will be filled with green pastures and quiet streams of restoration. I am your true shepherd. I am silencing the loud echoes of past betrayals. The bitter memory of rejection is losing its sharp sting. Your heart is becoming soft and pure again. And as my holy presence wraps around your soul like a warm blanket, A deep river of unconditional joy will begin to spring up from your inner spirit. Your joy is completely eternal. I bless the very ground beneath your tired feet. I bless the physical body that has carried so much pain. I place my holy seal upon your front door, and because you stayed faithful during the darkest hour of the night, my angels will guard your family from every hidden arrow of destruction. You are deeply loved. The dark night has finally passed away from you. The morning light of my grace is rising now. You will never have to walk through a desert alone. Because I am your eternal refuge and your fortress of strength, no enemy can ever snatch your destiny out of my protective hands. Your victory is permanently secured. You are the true heir to an unshakable kingdom. The riches of heaven belong to your spirit today. The spirit of lack has no legal authority, and because you have honored my voice in the presence of great scoffers, I am pouring out a double portion of my spiritual inheritance upon your entire life. Your cup is running over. My child, you have witnessed my majestic power today. You have received the truth that sets you free. Your soul is no longer carrying that heavy burden. And now that you are standing in the light of my magnificent restoration, your heart is naturally overflowing with a deep wave of genuine gratitude. Your transformation has truly begun. You have entered a beautiful season of divine alignment. Your path is clear, and your spirit is light. Do not let the old fears distract you anymore. And if this holy message has brought a bright light to your weary heart today, you can choose to honor this alignment by supporting my house through super thanks. This seed will grow. This is not a worldly transaction of trade. It is a sacred seed of holy gratitude. It is a physical sign of your inner agreement. And when you offer this small token of appreciation from a place of pure joy, heaven will multiply your provisions in ways that your mind cannot even fathom. Your storehouse will overflow. Your act of obedience will unlock closed floodgates. The small seed will shatter the heavy curse of scarcity. You are establishing a holy standard of honor. And because you chose to trust my voice with your physical resources today, my angels will open supernatural channels of financial breakthrough that will shock your entire family. The return is absolutely guaranteed. Be at perfect peace, my beloved chosen child. The storm has lost its terrifying power completely. Your future is beautifully bright in my loving hands. And as we prepare to seal this divine encounter with a final blessing of absolute protection, listen carefully to the next words, because they will define your next steps. The best is coming. The storm has completely cleared away from your horizons now. Look at the bright sky of my eternal grace above you. Every single shadow of your painful past has vanished into the deep ocean of my forgetfulness. And as you step firmly into this beautiful morning of your true destiny, you can feel an incredible sensation of total freedom wrapping around your soul. You are no longer a weary survivor fighting for scraps in the barren wilderness. You have been completely transformed by my majestic power today. You are a chosen light-bearer for your generation. And because you obeyed my voice during this divine encounter, the heavy chains of generational trauma will never have any legal authority over your life again. Do you feel the wonderful lightness in your chest at this very moment? The old tightness behind your sternum is turned into a peaceful river of deep gratitude. That quiet shift is the permanent evidence of my holy presence inside your heart. And you can rest assured that your spirit has successfully crossed the threshold into your promised land of rest. The hard news that terrified your mind was simply the grand opening of your spectacular deliverance. I had to shake your earthly foundations to reveal the unshakable kingdom within you. You lost temporary things, but you gained an eternal treasure. And from this day forward, you will walk with the high dignity of a true heir to my heavenly throne. Your quiet days of isolation are officially over. You are stepping out of the dark cave of hidden preparation. The world will see the glorious masterpiece that I have carefully formed in the secret place, and the very people who dismissed your value will watch in absolute wonder as I pour my supernatural favor upon every single thing you touch. I am establishing your steps on a solid rock of absolute security. The enemy can no longer manipulate your thoughts with the loud noise of fear. Your mind belongs to my supreme clarity. Because you chose to surrender your heavy worries to my altar today, you will experience a deep tranquility that surpasses all human understanding. Your financial storehouse is permanently open under the windows of heaven. The spirit of lack has been completely driven out of your household. You will have more than enough to fulfill your divine destiny. And because you are a faithful steward of my riches, you will become a mighty source of physical and spiritual blessing for thousands of needy souls. Your family members will experience the beautiful ripple effect of your breakthrough. The heavy atmosphere of conflict and anxiety is leaving your home right now. My angels are taking up permanent positions around your property lines, and they will guard your children from every hidden snare of the adversary while you sleep in perfect peace tonight. Your restoration is returning to your path in a magnificent wave of divine acceleration. You do not have to struggle to catch up with the world. Your faith has survived the long test. Because my favor is surrounding your journey like a thick shield, you will achieve 40 years of progress in a single season. Do not look back at the people who rejected your love in the past. They were only temporary actors in a chapter that is closed forever. Their cold departure was my divine pruning for your grand elevation. And I am currently preparing a new circle of destiny helpers who will honor the sacred reflection of my image inside your heart. You are a holy vessel filled with the fresh oil of my anointing. Your voice carries my true authority to shift dark atmospheres. You will speak words of life to those who are quietly breaking in the dark. And because you have suffered deeply, you will carry a profound wave of healing compassion to a broken world that desperately needs my touch. The daily guidance of my spirit will never depart from your side. You will hear my gentle whisper behind you whenever you need to make a critical decision. You will not stumble into the hidden traps of the enemy anymore, because your heart is perfectly aligned with my superior wisdom. Every path you choose will lead straight to victory. Breathe in my divine presence one more time before you leave this sacred space. Let the remaining residue of past trauma dissolve into nothingness right now. You are fully vindicated by my Supreme Court in heaven. The accusations against your character have been burned to ashes, and your name is permanently recorded in the book of life. Now we must seal this divine encounter with a beautiful act of covenant agreement. Do not let the thief steal the precious peace that you have received today. You must anchor this truth into your physical reality before the sun goes down. Speak your faith out loud into the atmosphere, and let the unseen world know that you belong to the King. Write the word Amen in the comments as a seal of your surrender. This simple action will block the enemy from stealing your joy. You are marking this exact calendar date as the magnificent turning point of your entire life. And as you place this mark of faith under my message today, you will feel a fresh wave of confidence rushing into your spirit. If you choose to stand firm in this new identity, you can also write a declaration of trust. Comment the word refuge to reinforce the wall of protection around your mind. Your written testimony will become a powerful shield against the whispers of doubt, and it will inspire other tired warriors who visit this sacred space, because they will see that my promises are completely real. Look around you in the digital realm. You are not a lonely soldier fighting in the dark anymore. You are part of a magnificent tribe of chosen light bearers who are awakening all over the world. When you share your agreement in the comments, you are joining your beautiful light with thousands of faithful souls who stand beside your destiny. Now I am calling you to fulfill the mission of a true light bearer today. Think of 3 souls in your life who are secretly crying out for hope in the dark valley. Share this urgent message with those 3 specific people immediately, because they need to hear my gentle validation. Do not let the enemy keep them in the prison of despair. When you share this video, you are acting as my physical hands and feet on the earth. You are delivering a divine lifeline to someone who was on the verge of giving up completely last night. Your simple act of sharing will become a holy seed of deliverance, and heaven will credit that beautiful work of love directly to your spiritual account. Do not let the loud noise of the world distract you from my daily guidance in the coming days. You must protect this sacred fire inside your chest from the heavy winds of daily anxiety. To stay continuously connected to my prophetic whispers, I command you to subscribe to this channel and turn on the holy notification bell right now. When you activate the notification bell, you are establishing a daily routine of spiritual alignment. You are making a quality decision to start every morning with my protective words before you face the world. This simple habit will keep your spirit highly sensitive to my nudges, and it will ensure that you never walk into a trap again. The notification bell is your daily reminder that you are never alone in the battlefield of life. Every single day, a fresh word of healing and authority will be delivered straight to your device to recharge your tired soul. You will remain strong, you will stay alert, and you will continuously walk under the open windows of my infinite favor. My beloved chosen child, the transaction of heaven is complete. You came to this spot with a heavy heart full of sorrow and anxiety, but you are leaving this place with a light spirit full of absolute power. The hard news has lost its terrifying sting, and it has become the magnificent launch pad for your greatest supernatural promotion. Walk forward with your head held high today. Do not look down at the dust of your past failures anymore. The angels of breakthrough are marching ahead of your steps to clear the way. Because my eternal love is permanently stamped upon your soul, no force in hell can ever stop your glorious rise. Go in my supreme peace, my child.